Good morning everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to paint my tulips today. Botanical Beauties is the name of the project, and for the prompt of July it is tulips. So we've got them drawn in, sketched in, ready to go, and I went googling to see what colour will I make my tulips. And in my mind, red, red, red. But then I found this image and I thought, you know, just to make it interesting, I'm going to do different coloured ones so that it looks like someone's got themselves a bulb of yellow, a bulb of red, a bulb of pink, magenta, and planted their tulips. So that's what I'm going to do, and that'll make it more interesting stitching because there will be different colours for me to play with. So the first thing I want to do is go to my favourite paints. These are the gouache paints, and just have a little look. I think 5 is a definite. I think we might start with 5. It's like a magenta colour. So I just want to get myself, might actually remove that. How am I going to do this? Might remove the lid, which always seems to fall off anyway, and get a little bit, excuse me, I just had a sneezing attack. Goodness, I tell you. Okay, I just want to moisten this paint. So underneath my work, if you've never painted fabric before, underneath here I've got paper towel. I've got my water and paper towel next to me to the side, and I don't want the fabric to bleed too much, so I remove excess, and we just want a hint of the colour, and then I can come back and stitch it with threads. This is going to be good. Just wanted a bit of variety. It would have been oh, my throat. It's like the nose goes and then the throat goes, and you feel like you're choking, gasping for air. Don't know what set my nose off. Must have been something in the air. Don't think there's anything flowering. So I'm just taking my time and getting the colour on. I don't want it too wet, so I sort of need to build it up. If there's somewhere I want more colour than elsewhere, work it up. A bit darker around the base is what I'm aiming for here. And then just water, just to get it to drift up the petal. Simple as that. If I wanted to, say, change the colour of a lace or a lace motif or something, I would probably go to the Inktense pencils. They're sort of probably a little bit better for the job. These can be a little bit chalky. You can sort of feel a chalkiness on the fabric. So if you want a solid colour in your tulips, these are the ones I'd go for. And this set of gouache paints is just from a kid's toy shop online. There we go. It's just getting a little bit of colour around. So the next tulip Might do a yellow one, I think. Where's my colour swatch? Which is the best yellow? I'm thinking we be bold. Let's activate the yellow. Get a bit of excess off into there. Which one's yellow? We'll make this one yellow. This is really celebrating the tulip by playing with all the colours. Might let that bleed up in there for a little bit. Keep the intense yellow at the base and just let that there we go. See how easy it is? And then we'll get a little bit of intense yellow in these creases. And then when I stitch it, I can either go a pale yellow and stay near the edges of the petals, or go a darker yellow and stitch into the creases of the petals. Could probably even drop a bit of orange into that. Number 3 could work for me, which is this one. Is that the right one? Yep. I just, ooh, I don't know about that. Stretch it out, fade it out, fade it out. Yeah, that's all right. That's okay. Whew, that was scary. That got a little bit dark on me. Okay. There's a red there. It's a real fire engine red, but is it the right red? Let me just have a quick glance at the Inktense pencils. Poppy red, chili red. I think I need to try chili red, which is one of these guys. That's Shiraz. Shiraz could even work, a burgundy. We'll try chili red first. So with these ones, you've got a couple options. You can go straight to your fabric, which I've done somewhere on one of the other ones. But lately I've been just using the water on the tip like so. Let me just try and get into shot here and just getting my colour that way. So we might do this little guy down here. I need to put some red, some pink into the centre of that other one because my yellow, it's not as red as I'd like. I might be able to build it up. It's a bit of a dirty red. I don't know what it looks like for you guys, but for me it's a bit of a dirty red. But what I've done in the past when I haven't been quite comfortable with the colour is grab thread and go with it with thread and disguise the fact that it's probably not quite the colour you were hoping for. And it can be a bit that way with paint because you just don't know how it's going to react. And when you're painting onto fabric and you've got a background colour that is, you know, cream, that's going to affect. Let's get a little bit more intense colour down the bottom here. But like I said, you can go in like that as well. Yeah, that's helped. All right, so we've got a red little tulip. Now I need to go back to that pink I wonder if there's an Inktense pencil. Fuchsia. Yeah, let's have a look at fuchsia. Is that the right one? Yep. Let's wet the end of this one. Yeah, it's got potential. Yep. It's a colder pink. The other one was what I'd call a warm pink. That's okay. Let's just blend that up. Don't know if there's much colour there. And then do like we did with the, really dig into the bottom of each petal. Build it up that way. Yeah, liking that. That feels like I'm getting better at this. Now this guy, I'm thinking we might go back in with Yellow Sun of the pencil and wet its end and dig in there with a little bit more colour. Yeah, I like that. Beautiful. Okay, they feel like they're a little bit more rounded at the base. Happy with that. Now, what other colour? Tulip. I need my inspiration. We could do a purple tulip. Okay, a white tulip, definitely, and a pale purple one. So what about, where's the colour swatch? I might do the white one next, and I might put it here. Let's be bold with the white. So that means I used a lot of the white to do the iris, and it was just beautiful. Easy, easy, easy. This white, you don't need to worry too much about making a mess of it because it's so subtle. It's probably better for me here to see it than you guys, but I can really stitch into that. It definitely looks different for me to the background, which is the main thing. You want to know that you've got something going on. Okay, let's get the white Inktense pencil. Moisten the little tip, it needs sharpening. I'll get a bit extra in there, a little bit more intense. And then just smooth it out with a little bit of moisture. There we go. Got a white tulip. Now, we were talking purples. That's so vivid. Might pay if I turn my paints around the right way because I'll end up dipping into the wrong pot. We could probably do a pink, but it'd have to be a little guy because maybe this guy is a bit neon. Ooh, this could be trouble. It's a little bit out there, isn't it, for a tulip? But it's all right. We'll stretch the paint out, fade it out, dilute it, so it's a little softer. These are pretty easy to paint compared to some of the flowers I've had to tackle. These are good. Same principle, just drag it out from the base. Oh, I'm pleased I did them all different colours. A little bit more fun. That's not too bad. At least it looks different to that one. Now, is there a pink in the Inktense pencils? Not really, only fuchsia. I think I might leave it at that. Or maybe I can bring this colour in. That's the colour I used. Maybe I can bring this guy in. Yeah, there we go. That works. Just to get that little bit of depth down there we've been looking for. Yep, happy with that. I feel like I could be a bit braver with this too. Once the fabric starts getting damp, it sort of just bleeds. So if you want distinct lines, you nearly need to pop back. Yeah, that's better. Might go to that red guy again. Where's my... wonder what poppy red would do. It's got a bit of an orange tone about it, but... oh yeah, that works. That's actually probably making it a little bit redder than... yep, that's good, nice deep. Okay, we got one left. What colour? I feel like I could be a bit braver with my white one and maybe bring in a bit of a soft browny, yeah, just to give it a little, like it's got something. Yeah, there we go. Are there orange poppies? I haven't done an orange one. Yep, I can see orange ones. That's going to be orange. So I think I will go to, we'll be safe. We'll go this colour first before we get too dark. And then we can be braver. Ooh, that's orange. Don't stress, Corrine. You can cover it in thread if you don't like it. Okay. That's not too bad. If we're going very primary colours on this piece, you can sort of get away with some of these. Yep. Now let's see what's in the Inktense pencils in the orange. Okay, we've got a tangerine. That sounds like my pencil. Moisten it up a little bit. What's that look like? Very similar. So I'm going to go straight in and get some defined little lines happening. There we go. Oh. There we go. We are there. Oh, talk about nerve-wracking. Now, the green. Oh, the greens are just so not plant friendly. The green leaf is okay, which is what I tend to go for. Everything else is like cartoon leaves. Like, look at all those. I could probably blend something, but there's just too much needed. So I sort of don't really want to go down that path. Let's have a look at the Windsor and Newton. I know I have bigger paint sets, but they're sort of half packed away. Why is this difficult to get into? Let's have a little look. This green will be better. Let's do this one, a bit fresher. I just didn't want to do the leaf green out of the Inktense because I feel like I've done that so many times. So let's get a bit of activation happening here. Yeah, nice and fresh. They are very fresh. Oh, that's fresh. Might add a bit of yellow to it. Ugh. Just needs toning down a little bit. It's probably too yellow. See, this is a problem with mixing paints when you've got a large, oh, it's still so green. All right, we are going to use this very sparingly. We're going to stay low to the plant. And stitch will be my friend. Once I get a little bit of this in, I might then mix again and see if we can achieve something. But boy, if I was to go right through with that green, it actually looks okay. They just overpower it would overpower the tulips. Just a smidgen, don't go crazy, girl. Just add a little bit of moisture to the top and see if it just picks up a little bit of it. It's not too bad. It's actually drying a little darker. It's still very fresh. Let's just add a hint of blue. I know that's going to make a bit of a purpley tone, but stay low, girl. Stay deep in the shadows. That's not too bad. It's actually okay. This little bit of purpley blue in there sort of works down deep into the plant. It's taken a bit of that brightness away. Really is experimenting. Like at the end of the day, I don't think you can go too wrong. Yeah, that's actually not too bad. I feel like I've got a bit of a tone happening instead of a cartoon drawing. Primary colours is what I mean by that. Sort of a bit more depth in my little leaves. And I can take that dirty green colour up underneath the tulip, I think. Yeah, that's definitely pulled it down. I feel like I've got a bit of a base happening now with my colour. So let's just add a little bit in here. It's a bit shadowy underneath those tulips. Yeah, that's good. Oh, talk about stressful. Yeah, that's good. Just going to feather out that brown a little bit now. Just make it push back a little bit. That's better. Feather out tulip a bit there. That's pretty good. Pretty happy with that. Let's be a little braver and mix a little bit more green and this blue. and come right down in there. Too much blue. Yeah, that makes more sense now. Feels like they're more anchored. And the fresh green is just sneaking up the shaft of that leaf. That's better. Whew. Put the brush down, girl. That's enough. Oh my goodness. The tension is in the air. I should give that a bit of a wipe out too before I forget that I've mixed that into that. Ah, it probably doesn't matter. Like, seriously. What do I pick these paints up once every 15 years? Let me grab some wipe. Here we go. Do a little cleanup. If you only use your paints occasionally, it's pretty important that you let them thoroughly dry. Otherwise you can come back and they've got a bit of a mouldy look about them. So always leave them out 24 hours so they just sit on the bench and everything can dry. It's always a good thing to do. And it goes for these Inktense pencils too. I don't really know a lot about them. More of a watercolour girl. Just going to get rid of that blue, because it tends to be a green palette between those two in there. So I just want to get that back right. That little guy can dry. Really helps doing the little swatches because you can sort of rule out a lot of, you know, error if you can know what colour you're dipping into. Okay, there we go. There's my tulips. Oh, I love them. I'm so pleased I did the different colours. Let me just pop that out of the way. Right, that has bled a little bit there. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, see how it's come down there? But I'm not worried about that because there's bleeding on everything everywhere. It's sort of part of the look. So very good. All right, guys, what's it, a short video today? I might toddle off, let that dry, and then next week I can start stitching into it and playing with some stitches. Excellent. All right, you guys have a lovely day. Have a good week, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye.